All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's California EDD Unemployment Q&A Live. Someone asked today why it said 9/17/22 because that's the date. Let me know if you guys are in here and if you're able to hear me. I am using StreamYard tonight to do the stream, and I've never done that before. Of course, that's what I would do. Hi, Michael. You're I just want to remind everybody at the start of this, my hair's a mess. That's not what I want to remind people of. I want to remind everyone that tonight, everything made from the video, everything donated tonight will be donated to, I think I said animal shelter, but this is part of the Betty White challenge. She would have been 100 today. And so in honor of her birthday, people were encouraging other people to participate in the Betty White challenge, where the challenge, I think, was officially to donate $5 into to a charity. Sorry, I'm a little confused because of the new format. Okay, so to donate $5 in Betty White's name to an animal shelter. And I borrowed the picture that I used for my YouTube thumbnail from Guide Dogs for the Blind. So that's who I will be donating everything that the video makes to Guide Dogs of the Blind. And Mel contributed $9.99 yesterday. So we'll round up and call that 10. And then, then my mom sent the cutest text. This is what my mom said. So Shelly's Millions mom said, don't know how to donate on YouTube. And she spelled it U, like letter U, TUBE, but put me down for $5 for the Betty White challenge. So, mom, you are put down for $5 for the Betty White challenge. And I have the fundraiser setting on the video as well. I'm confused because there's only 9 of you in here, and I feel like normally there are more people. Okay, so Michael says, I was looking at my 1099G, and from January to September, I thought I made a heck of a lot more money through EDD than what it says. I'm going to investigate. And hi, Manuel. Let's see. I wonder if the comments are like delayed. Anyway, can you guys hear me okay? Mel, you can't watch the video. You have to be up early in the morning. She's reminding everybody to watch and like the video. So yes, please watch and like the video. I also just want to encourage everybody. I'm a little bit concerned because in the California EDD news release, it said that only about 1 in 5 people have turned in their PUA, proof of employment or proof of self-employment documents. And that worries me because that means that like over 1 million people haven't turned in their PUA proof of income yet. So that worries me. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me okay? Because again, I'm using StreamYard for the first time and I've never done that before. I think I'm also streaming to Twitch for the first time. I have no idea how that works. I think I can see all of the comments, but I'm honestly not sure. So here we are. I would appreciate if everybody would like the video and let me know what you guys want to talk about. Did anybody donate independently to the Betty White challenge today? Did anybody donate to any animal shelters? And also, what is going on with the lighting? Like, this is a weird stream already. Anyway, we're also having internet problems. Okay, Lorna, thank you. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Lorna. So I just again want to encourage everyone to please turn in your PUA unemployment documents to the California EDD. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Manuel. I appreciate that. So yeah, turn in your PUA unemployment documents if you haven't already. If you're lagging on the EDD, thank you, Erin, for donating. I appreciate that. Again, since I'm using a new format, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see when someone donates. I don't know how that is going to show up using StreamYard. I keep almost calling it the other one. But don't feel like you have to donate. I did set like a little fundraiser goal. I just think it's cool. I loved Betty White. So I am like, if I were a Golden Girl, I would be like a cross between Rose and Blanche. Probably my best friend is more like a Sophia or a Dorothy. I'm definitely not a Dorothy. I'm a little bit spacey sometimes, so I can be a little bit like Rose. I can tell a long story. And okay, that's perfect. Okay, Erin. That is good. Yeah, I'm not sure, but thank you for the donation. Thank you all for any donations or just for watching the video and supporting the channel. I'm also only seeing 19 viewers in here, which I feel like is low for a Monday night. Maybe it's because it's a holiday and it's been a little bit rainy. Maybe YouTube somehow knows that I'm using StreamYard and they don't like it, and so they're not promoting it as much. I don't know. Either way. Oh, oh, interesting. Well, now I'm not gonna know how to get that to go away. We'll put a star by it. I don't know what happens when I put a star by it. Oh, I guess I hit hide. So yeah, so I'm learning how to do this. I guess I can put your comments on the screen as I'm reading it. Okay, so here, let's put Lorna's comment on screen. I'm almost ready to send an affidavit, invoices of my payment for self-employment, and a proof that you applied for the census of 2020. Okay, so that's good. Yes, and again, on that affidavit, go ahead and put that, say, and I'm including invoices for payments, and that should be good enough. And you guys, I also scared everybody the other day. I think I mentioned that the deadline was January 19th. Everybody's deadline is a little bit different. So some people do have that deadline of January 19th, but other people do have until February. So I'm sorry if I scared anybody about that. Okay. And yeah. Andrew says he would be Blanche because he's a ladies' man. So yeah. I'm a little bit of a Blanche. I used to be a little bit wild when I was, younger. Census is going to send me proof of the fingerprint. That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, good. Lorna, it sounds like you're going to be covered. So just make sure to, don't wait till the last day to upload anything. Like make sure to allow yourself like maybe a day or two. That way, if there's any problems, like if I don't know, if their website is having trouble uploading documents, you're not waiting till the last minute. All right, let's see here. What else? It's a quiet night tonight, but that's okay. Yeah. So, usually there's like way more comments. So, all right, let's put up Andrew's comment that he would be Blanche. And I love that Andrew's profile picture pops up when we do that. So that's cute. Yeah. All right. Oh, now the comments. Okay, so Michael says, I'm curious, does the 1099-G per EDD account for the regular UI benefits plus the boost or just the regular UI benefits? So it's supposed to be both. And I know for mine, it was both. All right, let's count the weeks since we have time right now. Kenneth says you would be Morrissey. I don't think that was a character on. Oh no. What did I hit? Oh, I wish I knew how to share my screen. I think I have the ability to share my screen now. And that would be awesome. What is this? Share screen. Do I have anything that I can't share on my desktop? Share. Nope. I want to figure out how I can share my screen so that I can show you guys how to get on to find your 1099-G. But I'm going to count the weeks and then I'll do it times that the unemployment benefits were running for. And then I'll do it at the maximum amount. So for the year of 2021 that our 1099-Gs are ready for, in the video, I know my total was what I actually received, and I stopped collecting in March, and that was already $8,000. That actually seems like too much. Okay, anyway, so it stopped in September. It's going to be faster for me to count the weeks that we didn't get unemployment. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so there's 52 weeks in a year minus 16 weeks. That equals 36 times 300. So 36 times 300 would be $10,800. Where are my pens? They're behind the computer. Okay, so that would, if somebody got just the $300 boost, that would be $10,800. And then let's say your weekly benefit amount was $450, or Michael, tell me how much your weekly benefit amount was, and I'll do the math. Times, what did I just say? 52 minus 16 equals 36 weeks times 450. That would be 16,200. So at the highest weekly benefit amount of $450, somebody might have made $16,200 in their weekly benefit amount at the highest rate, plus $10,800. So the most someone would have collected in 2021, and this might not be true if you got the MEUC boost, but that would be $27,000. So 36 weeks times the $300 boost would be $10,800. And then even at the highest weekly benefit amount, that would be $16,200 for a total of $27,000. Linda says she'd be Sophia because she's old. Let's put that up there because that's funny. Okay. Thank you, Linda, for the comment. So Jay Lee says you sent tax returns when they first asked, but they haven't replied. Also appears people who did ID me were not asked for proof. So some people weren't asked for proof if they already submitted proof. If you asked for income verification, then you didn't also need to do that. Or you weren't supposed to also have to prove proof of work. And yeah, Aaron's saying that the 1099-G accounts for the entire amount, including the boost. Yeah, and I think that was true for me. Sherry says, did I know that Betty White is sister to Barbara Bush? They have the same dad. Very interesting. May she rest in peace. Yeah, I did not know that. And hi, Debbie. I'm trying out a new format tonight, so we're seeing how that's going. Linda says, you own all the Golden Girls seasons on DVD. I'm not ashamed to admit that. LOL. Super cute. You know, I remember watching that show with my mom, with my grandma, with my friends' family. Like, my best friend still watches the Golden Girls. I haven't watched it in a while, but every episode is good, right? They're just like nice and familiar and like cheery to put on. So those are really fun. It's, you know, it's nice to honor her. She lived till 99, almost to 100. Today would have been her 100th birthday, which is crazy. And she loved animals, and I love animals. So it feels good to like at least try and raise some money for charity. I don't know how this will do in the long run, but whatever I do make, I'm going to donate back. So that would include any donations that you guys do. That would include anything that I make from the video. After the fact, it's all going to go towards, I'm donating to Guide Dogs for the Blind because I borrowed a picture that I found that was actually from their site with her when I made the YouTube thumbnail. Kenneth, Betty White was also on Mama's Family, which was a better show than Golden Girls. I don't know about better, but I also remember that show. And yeah, Mama was super funny. Yeah. I feel like I probably should have had like a favorite episode in mind, but I don't. I do know that like sometimes even now, my friend that rents the garage to work from, they'll be like, oh, do you want to have cheesecake on the back patio? Which doesn't mean like actually eat cheesecake. It just means like, do you want to talk about stuff on the back patio? So that's, you know, code word for it. What a crazy year. Can you guys believe that like we're still talking about unemployment benefits here in the state of California? like that's still something that we're sorting out. And then like we had the tsunami warning. It's just everything's so crazy this year. So I hope that the remainder of the year just gets better for everybody. Hi, Scotty. Lorna, you are welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Kenneth says, my favorite Mama's Family episode was when they went on Jeopardy. All right. Or you guys should tell me your favorite Golden Girls episode. It does feel good to talk about something different than unemployment. Speaking of the Golden Girls, the ultimate Golden Girl is my grandma. She's 98 and still strong in the mind. That is wonderful news. I'm hoping that for my mom, I'm not strong in the mind. My mom is 74. She'll be 75 in June, and so far still going strong. So, I actually have some ideas for a couple of videos with her about her finances, and then something else that's going to be a surprise that I hope works. I don't know if she's watching, but again, you guys, if you're just popping in, my mom is super adorable, and she was like, she called it YouTube with the letter U. And she said, don't know how to donate on YouTube, but put me down for $5 for the Betty White challenge. Also, I feel like I should just say the name Mr. Beast over and over again. I follow him on Instagram and Twitter, and it's probably just like his team that's running everything. But I guess he's recovering from the illness. And so he hasn't been posting videos as much this week. What's going on with my hair? Nothing's helping. Anyway, like it would be cool if Mr. Beast popped in and donated. Do I have an adult beverage tonight? I don't. I don't even have any water. Again, I'm trying to like not drink adult beverages because it's just like a money suck, right? Like it's totally pointless unless you're trying to get a little tipsy, which I'm not on a work night. So, yeah. So maybe just for special occasions, but not on the regular. Okay, Arati says, I'll share. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. My video helped a lot. You wrote an affidavit and they sent you a letter through the mail. Hopefully that letter said that your documents were accepted, but I'm glad that video helped. Kenneth says, the problem with Golden Girls was it aired on Saturday nights. It's entirely run. And I usually went out that night, even as a teen. So I also went out a lot as a teen. I went out, the Thursday nights were like one of the clubs that I went to. And I feel like the other one was Wednesday nights. Also, Kenneth, you're just a little bit older than me. Back in the day, like the clubs that I went to, you could get in when you were 14. And I was going to the club when I was 14 years old. I had a guy I was dating had a car. I thought it was wonderful. Got in trouble with my mom a few times because I wasn't home when I said I was going to be. And I finally ended up just telling her, like, oh, I'll be home before the sun gets up. That way, like, I wasn't giving her a concrete time, but I was getting home before the sun came up. Oh, good. Arati says that she did the affidavit instructions that I outlined in the video, and it says no further action needed at this time. That is great news, and I'm so, so happy that that worked out for you. Thursday was a club called Perversion, and Wednesday was Helter Skelter. Yes. And then Control Factory used to be all the way out in like Laguna Beach or something. And then it eventually moved to Los Angeles, and a club named Velvet on Sundays. I don't feel like, what was on Saturdays? I do not feel like I went out on Saturdays. And do you remember when like all those things were downtown and you had to park like basically next to Skid Row? That's when I started going. So I was 14. What would the year have been? I was born in 77. So 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. In the early 90s, I was already going to like goth clubs. And my friend used to call it the dancing. Wash those windows, sweep those floors. Anyway, okay, enough of that. Scotty says, was it busy at the theater today? Unfortunately, no, it wasn't. I don't know if it's a I'm in Los Angeles. So to see a film, and I'm in the city proper of Los Angeles. So to see a film, you do have to show proof of vaccination. And the cases here are really, really, really on the rise. So I don't know if people are hesitant to go to the movie theater. It's a holiday Monday though, and we didn't really get that many new movies. We got Scream, but in comparison to prior years, business is not quite back to where it was, unfortunately. Yeah, Arati, that means you're okay. No further action at this time. But online account, they haven't done anything yet. All right, so Arati, for you, were you are you did the did your payments already say paid? And did they switch from paid, or are you still waiting on some payments? It wouldn't really. So what happened for most people is it was paid, and it was only bad if it switched to disqualified after you sent your documents. That indicated that there was a problem. If your payments stayed paid the whole time, I don't think you'd really see a change online. Nothing would really change. It would just stay paid. And the no further action from you at this time means that they're not planning on sending you an overpayment notice because your documents were accepted. Yep. 79.69 peanuts. I haven't heard it called that in a long time, but yeah. Okay, Alex, wasn't there a club in West Hollywood called Rage? You used to go to some club there and you believe that was a name. Yes, there definitely was a club named Rage. That actually was open all the way up until the pandemic. We lost a lot of like long-standing businesses during the pandemic, and unfortunately, that was one of the ones that it closed during the pandemic. So Rage was like an after hours club, and I think it was 18 and over. Like some clubs you have to be 21 and over to go. This is fun. This is a nice way to honor Betty White's birthday, is just like talking about the old clubbing days, with a little bit of unemployment information mixed in. And yeah, so Rage was an all ages club, I believe, at least on some nights. And so you could go there if you were 18 and over. Yes, and and there used to be, discount passes to the club that you had to cut out of the LA Weekly. That is absolutely true, called Wake in Pasadena. So I've heard of that, and I never went there. But I would say that my club days started at Maryland's, and there was a theater called the Rialto that used to show the Rocky Horror Picture Show every Saturday. And, sometimes we would say that we were going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but we were really going to the club. Debbie says, EDD defines extraordinary hardship as any single person household making under $1,351 per month, or just over $16,000 a year, regarding overpayment waiver qualification, uh, i.e., it's tough to avoid paybacks. Yeah, I actually wanted to make a video about that. Oh, you had to look up how much you got. You got $148. So Michael, um, let's see Michael's total. So Michael, if I had to guess the total on the left hand, maybe you were looking at the right hand side. So 148. Did you have the 1 week of Fed Ed or no? Were you PUA claim? I don't remember. Michael, I can see your picture so much bigger on my end, and it looks like you're on the water. I love the water. Okay, 148 times 36 weeks equals $5,328 plus the 10,800. Oh, you probably weren't. Were you fed it? Were you PUA? Anyway, I'm getting that your total would be $16,128. So is that what it said? Or slightly, just like slightly over that if you had the one additional week of Fed Ed. And yeah, Debbie, I was thinking about making a video about that because I know that Jenny Silver, first of all, her book is back here, but it's like buried. I tried to hide it with the little green, but now it just blends in with the little green guy. Maybe the little green guy wants to live in the plant. Nope, definitely not. Anyway, and that's a real plant. It's also a real book. Jenny Silver has the video that she did with the unemployment attorney or lawyer. Is there a difference between a lawyer and an attorney? I don't know. So anyway, he also talked about the no fault of your own portion, right? And he was saying that even if it wasn't like out and out like a lie, basically. Um, Even if it was something that you did accidental, they may still say that you should have known. So, for example, the gross income versus the net income. Even if you accidentally did that, they may not look the other way on that. And it's supposed to meet both of the requirements. It's supposed to meet through no fault of your own. And if you, I guess this is how I understood that interview that she did with him. Basically, it was like, well, if you misunderstood, that's your fault. That was my takeaway from that. So they may not discount that element of things. And then, yeah, the extreme hardship. It is not very much money. So if you get hit with that overpayment notice, it may be hard to completely have it dismissed. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to have it dismissed, but but yeah, try it. Okay, Linda says, back to the Golden Girls, because again, we're doing the Betty White challenge for tonight's stream. You liked the Golden Girls, as they would also sometimes tackle serious subject matter and still have some funny moments in it. Yes, yes, they would. And I think I'm going to go and like watch an episode of the Golden Girls after this. Yes, Rage was a gay club, but I don't know if you've heard me mention this, but like I have, like all of my friends basically are gay. It just turned out that way, which by the way, guys, this may be part of why I'm still single because um so you go to all the gay parties and they have all their gay friends and I'm like, where are the straight people? So you go to the parties where you would typically maybe meet somebody that you'd be interested in, but none for me. It's okay. I'll find other places. Rage was fun though. Like they had all the tunes, you know? All right. What else is Kenneth saying? Used to go to Club Bang on Saturdays, a Britpop club where Perversion was, Stigmata on Friday. So me and Kenneth are reminiscing because tonight's a little bit more casual than the normal chats since it's Betty White challenge night. And yeah, we used to go to all the clubs. It was super fun. Okay, Arati says, thank you. It may be useful for others. You sent your esthetician license. Did I say that right? I think I got it. I struggled with that word the last time you said that. Your kids' school social distance learning email and the affidavit. Yeah, I think the affidavit is good. And anything else that you can submit with the affidavit is going to help. Um, you spent all your time watching my videos, reading my live chats and comments, such an anxiety time, and my videos were like therapy. Thank you so much. I thought I was going to cry right on tonight's live because I thought like I would be thinking about animals. Um, Sometimes when my roommate's like, "Oh, it's lunchtime. Do you want to have cheesecake?" Which of course just means like, "Hey, let's go chat." Um, I'll be like watching like a Facebook video and I'll just start crying. My roommate's like, "What's wrong with you?" It's easier just to explain it's my roommate, but then I have to explain that's not my roommate. Anyway, whatever. My roommate's like, "What are you back there crying about?" And I'm like, "A dog got adopted." Also, guys, I would really love to get my mom a dog, but she doesn't want one. Because like animals do when they pass away, it's really sad, but they have those programs like senior pets get adopted by seniors, and how cute would that be? Also, my mom would need to clean up her house a lot before we could do that, though. Okay, Alex says, it's a shame I can't use the clothes I use for drag as a tax write off. I don't use it 100% for work. Or do you? I mean, I would never encourage. I'm sorry, I should not even like make the winky face. I do think it's supposed to be 100% for work. I think clothes are really, really, really hard to write off. I was actually just talking to Jenny Silver about that on the side, and of course, neither one of us are like tax professionals because I was joking about the little green guy. I don't know which way to point because everything's like backwards. Anyway, about whether I could write him off. He does stay in this room. Is the IRS going to believe that it's just for business? Probably not. Although, like, I am a grown adult with no children, so like, what else would it be for? But it brings me like personal pleasure too. That sounded weird, but the little green guy. All right, new topic. Okay. 1,000. Why can't I do numbers today? 16,440 is Michael's total. Yeah, that was real close to the number I got, right? Is that still up on the calculator here? No, of course not. So you got 148 times 36 plus 10,800. Maybe plus an additional 148. Maybe. Did you get the 1 week of Fed Ed? Anyway, yeah, that sounds accurate. Or maybe I'm not quite counting the weeks right, but yeah, this time I got 16,276. I did add an extra week for Fed Ed for that, so maybe that's why. Siegel, you haven't seen me in a while. Hope all is well. It is. Tonight's video is for the Betty White Challenge, so everything's going to be donated. Have any of my subscribers gotten an overpayment notice? Not that I am aware of, and I hope not. I really hope that everyone who has watched my channel and Jenny Silver's channel, I hope that they don't get hit with an overpayment notice. I know actually throughout some of the pandemic that at least some of my subscribers have, but not that I know of in terms of because of the PUA proof of employment documentation. So what I have seen though is some of my viewers saying that their payment status went to disqualified, but then they're calling or appealing, and before they're calling or appealing, so they're not actually getting the overpayment notice yet. So I hope that they don't. I hope that like Jenny and I have been able to like adequately talk you guys through this so that that doesn't happen to you. Erin, thanks for doing the fundraiser. You know, lots of shelters and rescues and nonprofits have benefited from the Betty White Challenge. You donated to it. See, I'm about to cry. To a local shelter in LA where you've adopted from. And there were so many good causes, right? I'm, of course, close to the Los Angeles Humane Society. I love bats, BATS, like the animal, because the goth clubs. So bats are one of my favorite animals. And of course, I have that outdoor cat that we've pretty much adopted. Um, but I almost chose Bat Conservation International, but I couldn't find any reference that Betty White liked bats. And I know that she did used to work with guide dogs for the blind. And since that's the picture I borrowed for the thumbnail, I figured I should give something back to them. I also thought maybe like people were only thinking animal shelters. So to give back to guide dogs for the blind might be a good choice. I don't know. There's so many good charities to donate to, and so like all the um the spay and neuter programs. Like there's so many good animal causes to choose from that I really had trouble picking just one. But hopefully also it's still Betty White's birthday. So if anybody wants to go on and donate outside of this live to whatever your own favorite charity is in Betty White's name, that's still got a couple hours to do that. Osvaldo says, my payments on EDD went from paid to disqualified. How should I do the appeal? Fill out the form, or should I just call the tier 2 representative? So first, I would recommend calling the tier 2 representative, and they should be able to switch your payments back almost instantly over the phone. And if they can't, I would actually even call back like another separate day, because I have also had a lot of people saying, oh, well, I called the first day and they weren't able to help me. But when I called back the second day, the second tier 2 rep that I spoke to was able to help me. So fingers crossed that you will get a good rep that can help you the first time. But if not, I do recommend calling the second day and going and seeing if they can help you. If you don't see those payments switch back to paid pretty much within like let's go with 3 business days. So let's say that you call, they say they're going to fix it, and then 3 business days have gone by and it's not fixed, it doesn't switch back from disqualified to paid. then send the appeal. I don't want anybody to miss that 30-day turnaround time for the appeal. So try the tier 2 rep first. And of course, if you haven't used them already, Claimer is linked in the description down below. They're also now calling the IRS. So for help like with your child tax care credits, they're calling the Franchise Tax Board for California if you have questions about Golden State stimulus. And they're now calling Social Security disability insurance here in California. So if you're having trouble with your disability claim, which is also through the EDD, Claimer now helps with that. But it's just $5 off the first call, no matter which branch of Claimer you need, but they're now helping in other ways. Okay. Vanessa says, you love your golden retriever. She's chilling next to you right now, cuddling. That's super sweet. I am wearing a new dress today, and like the art internet's been really weird. You guys know that I had to stream from my phone the other week, and I went outside to to investigate this internet situation because it's not working well for my roommate, and that's like why they rent the garage so they can work from home, or work from my garage. And the cat stepped on me, and it's raining, and I'm wearing a new dress, of course. I should just call myself Shelly's Spillions. Okay. Kenneth says, Pink's Hot Dogs on Fairfax has a Betty White naked dog, which is naked because all it is a hot dog with a bun and nothing else on it. And okay, and I believe that Pink's is also doing something. It might be this whole month. It might just be today. I'm not sure. Pink's Hot Dogs definitely is they're not, it might not be participating in the Betty White challenge, but they're definitely remembering Betty White. And of course, Pink's Hot Dogs is like notorious for having like crazy long lines. I used to have a rule, right? I live pretty close to La Brea, that if I'm driving and like basically like the line at Pink's Hot Dogs is five people or less, that like I stop over and I get something. But I like the Aussie cheese dog, which has like guacamole and nacho cheese on it. Look, I'm fat for a reason, you guys. The Betty White naked dog is not my jam. Like basically like put as much stuff that's going to add calories on it, and that's what I'm going to get. Alex says, baby, for emotional support for me and the viewers. Since I do YouTube, it's like 90% work, right? Yeah, but like, is it worth the risk? Also, I don't know if I'm just supposed to share her secrets, but I asked Jenny Silver, I said, do you wear false eyelashes in your videos? Because like her eyelashes look great, right? And like I haven't met her in person. That's going to change in about a week or so. I am going to go up and meet with her and work with her. I have hired her as my coach, my business coach. So I think you'll see a project from the both of us in the next week or so together, in person. But I was like, hey, do you wear false eyelashes in your videos? I was like, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But she said, yes, I do. She sent me the link and everything. And I'm still not wearing false eyelashes. But like, I feel like I should. I don't know. The internet is a weird place. Like, you'll start thinking all sorts of, like, do I need filler? Do I need facelift? Do I need false eyelashes? Like, what do I need? But I thought about buying them. I have not yet. But would those be business expense if I did? Because let me tell you, I've worn false eyelashes in the past. I feel like you might do that for your drag shows. Like, so much respect for you because so much goes into that. Also, like, it's a question for another day. Anyway, but a lot of a lot of hard work goes into that. But I don't like false eyelashes. So if I bought them, those would be 100% for work. But would that be worth putting them on my tax return? Because would that get me flagged? Like, I just don't know. I don't want to do anything that's going to get me flagged. Also, because last year I did my taxes myself, and I don't know if I'll do that again this year. Kenneth says, Madame Tussauds in Hollywood now has a wax statue of Betty White in honor of her 100th birthday. Okay, I feel like that's too soon, though. Like, did they always have a Betty White statue? Because they have statues of people who are alive, right? Like, they have like a Madonna statue. And so did they already have one of Betty White, or like did they already make it since she passed away? How long does it take to make a wax statue? I don't know any of these things. You guys, please like the video if you haven't already. That will increase its engagement, and then people watching it afterwards, that'll still help increase the video's ability to, like, generate revenue so that I can donate more to the challenge, since so far Mr. Beast hasn't popped in and just, like, donated $10,000 to the Betty White challenge. I'm just gonna say Mr. Beast, like, a lot during this video to see if it helps at all. Mr. Beast has the money. Also, where's my millionaire mentorship friend? Because I know they got some cash too to donate to donate. And of course I'll donate some money as well, like for my personal funds. Like I won't just rely on this video. I thought that I could like, donate, but again, like, this is my first time using StreamYard, so I can't see, like, the little fundraiser button. My video looks a little bit different from my end, and hopefully you guys can see the comments because on my end, I'm, like, putting them up on screen as I read them. Alright, Siegel says, "If everybody's profile pictures look so different, a little bit bigger. If someone gets stuck with an overpayment, how the heck are they able to pay it all back anyhow?" So it's almost will be in vain. I think California won't be able to fully get that back. So they can garnish your wages, they can garnish tax refunds, they can put a lien on any property that you might have. Um, they're going to go after it. But I hope that I've given you guys all the tools that you need to fill out everything correctly so that you won't get hit with one of those overpayment notices. Debbie, is little plant growing a fur head yet? Show its hairy head. I don't think the plant, the actual plant, is the little green man. The little plant, he's not a plant man. He's just the green man. Um, but no, he's not growing any more fur. He's as is. You guys, I actually kind of like children's toys, and I saw this thing. It's like a cauldron. So like you mix potions and then like it makes an animal out of the liquid. I don't know. It was weird. I saw it on TikTok. I gotta get off TikTok. Okay, Andrew, you love animals. You used to have a Dalmatian growing up. He lived to 15 and his name was Soda because his spots looked like soda pop bubbles, and now you just have a cat. That is so cute that his name was Soda. I had a dog and her name was Lucky because I think the day we got Lucky, my mom and I went to like a liquor store on the corner while we were doing laundry and bought a lottery ticket and won like $5. So we're like, oh, the dog is Lucky. And I don't remember how long we had Lucky for, but she was very loved. Speaking of bats, there's a good indie rock band called Bats for Lashes. Yes, I hadn't listened to any new music in a long, long time. One of my favorite bands features somebody named Roz Williams. Kenneth, I feel like you'll know who that is. Ben knows who that is. But the band that he liked, but has like a controversial name, so I'm not going to say it on YouTube. But I really like his music and Jeton Damone, and I hadn't really listened to anything new for a long time, but probably the song Daniel from Bats for Lashes is probably like one of my most listened to songs at this point. I really like that song. Okay, Akar says, do I think the EDD will let me claim benefits under Betty White's social security number now that she's passed away? It's not like the EDD lost billions because of that type of fraud. Well, if you have access to Betty White's social security number, knock yourself out. LOL, JK, happy B-Day, Betty. Thank you, Akar. I haven't seen you in here. Are you new? Did you pop in because of the Betty White challenge and because I'm trying to say Mr. Beast's name a lot to see if like him or somebody from his crew donates to the Betty White challenge? This whole video, it's all going for charity to Guide Dogs for the Blind. So since I borrowed a Betty White picture from her campaign with Guide Dogs for the Blind, I thought I better give something back to them. Debbie, can't repay. EDD can put a lien on property, take up to 25% of wages, withhold state and federal tax refunds, lottery winnings, if only we could be so lucky to win the lottery, deduct insurance benefits, or file a lawsuit, plus 3% interest. Geez. Yeah, it can get pretty grim if you wind up having to, um, if you need to do the overpayment. And that is what scares me, that 1 million people haven't responded yet to the PUA proof of employment emails. Like, I don't know if people just haven't checked. Also, this was not you guys, but someone joked with me on TikTok about not paying back, um, not paying, like just not mentioning to the IRS about your unemployment money, and that is not going to be a good idea either. Let me see what that said. I think I'm going to have to totally log on. Okay, I've got new comments. Uh-oh. Kenneth, housing is key is about to run out of federal money. If you have not applied, apply now. Okay, my chia pet, he's still in the box. My mom got me the cutest chia pet. It's a baby Yoda chia pet. Baby Yoda's over here. It's a baby Yoda chia pet. It's in the kitchen. Like, I brought it in the kitchen because here's the thing, right? I have a lot of things that I'm like, I'm going to make a video with that. And so it sits there because I'm going to make a video with that. And then I haven't made a video with that yet, guys. But I want to, because you asked me, you're like, are you going to film it? And I don't know. I was half probably already thinking about doing that for like a YouTube shorts or something. And so now I'm like, oh, I have to film it. But I never film things. I don't know. Like, I need to learn how to vlog, right? And I bought this thing. I think I showed you guys. It looks like a claw. Over here is my room messy, probably. So there's this thing. Probably gonna knock everything off. So there's this claw, right? Which holds, like, you guys know I film with my cell phone. So it holds the cell phone. I don't know if you can see this. And like it bends. Nope, not very well. This thing is like metal. But it's the claw. And I was to film overhead. So I don't know. I have a lot of stuff that I need to figure out how to actually use that I don't know how to use, which is why I'm streaming a StreamYard tonight, so that hopefully I can figure out how to use that. Also, is that something like people would want to see on Twitch? I don't know. I don't know what people want to see on Twitch. Uh-oh. Now I pushed a button while I was trying to log on to the EDD page, and it didn't log me on. Okay. Also, why is my computer hot? Maybe because I'm trying to stream two places at once. That's not my email. So I want to read you guys that. Basically, like it says, don't forget to leave off your unemployment income. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what it says under the 1099. But let me actually quote it for you, and then I'll screenshot it so that I have it again. Except I just changed my password. What is it? I got to look in my notes. Is there a reflection? Hopefully not. This is a link to Jenny Silver's book. It's not my password to the EDD. Okay. Because I locked myself out the other day, you guys know. Oh. All right, let's see what the official tax warning is. I feel like this is not my best live stream. I feel like I'm a little, I say that every Monday. Okay, let's log in. Okay, Kenneth, so I had not heard that the Housing is Key program was about to run out of funding. As a matter of fact, what I had heard in regards to Housing is Key is that California was actually going to be getting more funding from other states that didn't use all of their money. So I think more money is on the way. Maybe I will try and reach out to my contact on that. It keeps telling me I have an action required, but then like can I show you guys this? I feel like I can. It keeps telling me that I have an action required, but I do not. Like, I looked at, it's just like, you have a new message in my inbox. Okay. Also, so UI Online has been updated to allow access to all features from any device. Okay, well, that's good news. Maybe that's all it wants to tell me. Okay. So to go to your taxes, again, you're going to hit the payments thing. search, and I don't want to search my payment history. To request a copy, visit Form 1099G, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to click that. That's right at the top. Okay. And so then, and make sure that my stuff's hidden. Okay. So right here at the top, after you go to payments, that is where it talks about the taxes. And it says, sorry if I guys got lost you guys here. Like the video. It's for charity tonight. Okay, Form 1099G. This is important tax information and is being furnished to the IRS. If you are required to file a return, a negligence penalty or other sanction may be imposed on you if this income is taxable and the IRS determines that it has not been reported. So basically, they're saying, like, report that money, is basically what they're saying. So please, you guys, I know it's tempting to not file or not include it. I know a lot of people are worried about the tax hit, but what is going on with my hair? I need to put chia hair on my hair. All right. Anyway. Okay. They're not planning on bringing PUA back. Not right now, at least. Kenneth says, your cat's name was Obama. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Also, happy Martin Luther King Day. Vanessa, do I like Muse? You're listening to their newest single, and it's called Won't Stand Down. I feel like, am I getting it twisted? Muse has like members from, I don't know. Yes, I like Muse. I'm not a big fan of Muse, though. Hi, Abolisher. Hi, Akar. No, you followed me since I first started uploading my videos. But you've even super chatted me. Can't believe I don't remember you. How's that? Okay, well, I will remember now. And thank you for super chatting me. I don't have the best memory. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. So I worry. February 12th is coming and you're so scared. Try not to be scared. Follow the steps. Don't wait until the actual 12th. Like, try and get it in by the 10th. Like, allow yourself some time. If your documents are ready, go ahead and submit them now. You haven't been in the videos in a couple of months. Yes, and my whole format looks a little bit different. So I feel like I'm not recognizing people the way I normally would because like my whole everything like looks different right now. It's very odd. Okay. Let's see here. Vanessa says, doesn't getting stuck in collections and getting sued for it also result in the same garnishment of wages and grim situation? That's sad and terrifying. Yes. Okay. Freight TV. What do I need to do about proof of employment? So first log on to your UI Online account. Not everybody has been asked to do that, but if you had a PUA unemployment claim and you didn't already submit proof of income prior to a certain date, they might be asking you to go ahead and upload proof of employment documents now. If you are, they're looking for like a tax return. They're looking for a letter from the person who you were going to start working for stating that you weren't able to start working. And if you don't have any of those things, then they'd be looking for an affidavit from you. And I have a great video on how to do that affidavit. Hi, Ben. Listen, and you're listening to some 9-Inch Nails and Ministry. All right. I love it. I love the talk about music. Okay. Debbie, that is why many are not responding to EDD, aka out of sight, out of mind. Look out. Yeah, I'm really worried about it. I am worried that people aren't even logging in anymore. They're not thinking about it. They've gone back to work. It's been months since they've received money from the EDD, so they're not checking their account. And I'm worried even that people will forget to include that on their taxes when they do them this year. So it's really important not to forget about that and to include it. All right. NC, what are my thoughts about putting 30% of your paycheck into the S&P 500 ETF? You only put what you can afford to lose. You're scared to invest. I think okay, so first of all, I know that I say this. First of all, I won something from Webull today. The stock market was closed today. I won like a t-shirt pack from them or something. So mom, I think um they had me choose the design and they have like a little floating dollar sign like I kind of put in my videos, but it says Webull in the middle. So um it was like choose a version of this apparel pack. And I thought it was like a black t-shirt, a white t-shirt, and a towel, but apparently it's just one t-shirt. That's okay though, Weeble. I forgive you. So I won something with them. But if you're not at all familiar with the stock market, I really like chasing, like kind of chasing the free stocks through all the different apps, right? Get your free stock on Weeble, get it on Robinhood, get it on Public, get it on what's the other one? M1 Finance. Get as much free stock as you can. I will say the danger with that is forgetting about all these multiple accounts that you have open, but kind of use those free accounts to kind of see what the stocks do with the market. The S&P 500 ETF, which is going to be like your Vanguard or VT Sachs, that kind of thing, VOO on Robinhood, that kind of thing. Those are very good, right? What it does is it takes your money and it spreads it equally between like the 500 companies in the stock market, which means it's very unlikely that you would lose all of your money. Don't be scared to invest. You guys, I have to take my own advice. I'm scared of technology, right? I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how to use the claw to film and I don't know how to use editing." We learn by doing things though, by practicing. So, yes, if you can afford to put 30% of your paycheck, that would be amazing. Also, does the company you work for offer a 401k? That is a great way to also be familiar. And I actually just rebalanced my 401k the other day. That's a great introductory kind of into the stock market. So for your company's 401k probably has if they have one, they probably have an S&P 500 option that you can participate in. It may not be the exact there's like different ones and I don't quite know why that is. I think it's just different trading platforms have a different version of putting money into the S&P 500 ETF, but putting money into your company's 401k and choosing whatever their version of the S&P 500 ETF, that's going to be the best version because usually your company is going to give you some type of match as well. So I recommend doing that. If you can put in 30%, that would be amazing. And actually, right now, I also always talk about Yada Savings Bank. I do love them. But right now, because of how much the cost of everything is increasing, basically you're losing money by putting it in a savings account. So I even have the money that I'm going to be using to pay my YouTube taxes and my federal taxes this year, the taxes on that unemployment money. I have most of it actually in stocks right now because it's kind of like losing money to have it in a savings account. If you're going to put it in a savings account, Yada is one of the best. Anyway, great question. 30% is a lot. I will also say that I've now lived and had my money invested in two different stock crashes. In March of 2020, I lost almost half of what I had invested. But at this point, um, I've gained it all back and then some. Also in 2008, I lost almost half of what I had invested. But because most of what I have invested is in my company's 401k, sorry, I bumped my microphone. Most of what I was losing wasn't truly my money. It was partially some of the company's match money as well. It was partially interest money that I had earned in all the years prior to the market crashing. And you guys, I'm the type of person where if I have that money in my bank account, I'm going to spend it on a new dress, on the baby Yoda, on the claw thing, on a phone, whatever. I don't condone buying lots of things, right? I also condone living below your means. But somehow, when the money's in your hand in the bank account where it's easy to access, it's easier to spend. So I would have never saved any of that money had I not put it in an account where it was harder to get. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyway, thank you for the question. Um, Roz Williams' ex-wife, Eva O, is a musician and she's still with us. That's true, but I think she does Christian rock now. The singer who had a baby with Kate Hudson? I didn't know that. Um, Hi, Francis. I need to do my hair again real bad. And I think that this is a spam comment. Okay. Debbie, LA started the special mask mandate today. Are we enforcing it at the theater? So I believe that that's just for employees. And yes, all of our employees have always worn the surgical mask, most of them by choice. And once cases started to kind of increase here in LA, a lot of our employees, without being prompted to, they're double masking. I'm trying to look for like one of my masks. So cloth masks are no longer accepted. They're encouraging N95 masks, and if it's a surgical mask, it needs to make sure that it's medical grade. Beach goons. I'm going to write that down. I have not heard of beach goons, but that sounds like fun. I haven't listened to like truly new music in a long time. So beach goons, I will check that out. Okay. Debbie says, wonder what EDD's next step is for those non-responders. Guess we will know around the end of February, won't we? When it rains. Speak no evil, hear no evil. Yeah, they did say that they would follow up by sending physical letters. So I wonder if they've sent those physical letters yet. Also, hopefully with the people's tax, their 1099-Gs, I'm curious if I'll get one because one of the letters in my EDD account was like, hey, if you want to go paperless, like check this box. And they sent that back on December 17th. And I just discovered it yesterday when I successfully logged back into my account. So I definitely didn't tell the EDD this year to only send a electronic copy. I did last year. Last year I didn't have a physical copy, but that's fine. I have a printer that I bought for business. So I just printed it up. I printed up my own physical copy, but this year, since I didn't manually select to go paperless, I think I'm going to get a physical copy too. And I will let you know that as well. Debbie says, let's just wear 5 masks all the time. I would really not. Also, this is probably a personal preference, but I do wear my glasses at work. My coworker doesn't like the N95 because it kind of makes like a duck mouth, but I actually feel so with the surgical masks, right? And I'm going to say I'm not one of these people that in general is bothered by the mask. I don't really care. I don't have too much trouble. I will say with the surgical mask, I feel more like I'm sucking it in, right? That I'm sucking it in and it's blowing back out, right? That it'll be like up in my nose and in my mouth. And then when I breathe out, it like releases. I don't know if that makes sense. With the N95, since it does kind of come out like a duck covering, I have an easier time breathing with the N95 mask on than I do with the others. Kenneth says the EDD already mailed me my 1099 form. Part of me is also wondering, are they doing that? Are they just doing what they did the previous year? I don't know that. Also, I don't know if I'm successfully streaming on Twitch. We'll see. I guess I'll figure this out later. Aaron says the trick with the stock market is to stick with it and don't pull out during the crashes. Like in 2008, it will eventually rebound. Yeah, and guys, I don't mind disclosing at one point this year, I'm 44, and it's crashed since then. It's down a lot. I will actually tell you how much it's down, and I just rebalanced it. At one point this year, I had $306,000 in my 401k, but in my bank account, there's probably like $2. There might actually be a little bit more now, but I'm going to check my 401k with you guys, and it's not at 306,000 right now. I feel like it's like down $10,000, and that happens, and it's scary to see. I have been doing it since I was 21. I've also taken out some loans in there. Ooh, it's down even further. I'm at $295,000 but that's like a huge amount of money, right? I'm like, oh, it's only this much. I've put in the time and the work. There's some things that I wish I would have done differently that I'll one day get around to sharing with you. Like, I used to not really understand what the different options were and their rates of return and things, and I think I used to just kind of pick randomly. Um, that's not good. Like, I used to kind of be like, "Oh, well, what goes down must come up," and, like, nobody really knows what's gonna happen in the stock market, but, like, looking at it like what goes down must come up eventually, probably not the best stock market theory, but I was, like, 21, I didn't know. Graham Stephan didn't exist. YouTube didn't exist back then. Freight TV says, "Do I have to upload documents if I have been working since my claim expired back in September 2021?" Yes, absolutely. If they have that request for you to submit documents, that's not for new benefits. That's to confirm your eligibility and the validity of the claim that you already received payments on. Yes. And so if they have requested those from you, then you need to submit those proof of employment documents. Otherwise, the EDD can send you an overpayment notice, and that's where everybody's talking about, like, they can garnish your wages, take your future tax refunds, that kind of thing. So you don't want to do that. Ask Mark Cuban for a raise. Well, since Mark Cuban's not my boss anymore or the owner of the company, that's going to be trouble. 300K to 900 and 295K. I'm doing, yeah, I'm close to hitting my goal of being a millionaire. I wanted to reach $1 million in net worth by the end of 2021. I didn't do that. But I've been saving consistently. And guys, movie theater managers, I want to say, I'm not on salary right now. We're on hourly. I think my annual salary is $65,000. In Los Angeles, that's not a huge amount of money. That's not a huge amount of money for being with a company for 25 years. I might be underpaid, but I was happy. I have the house. A lot of my net worth, I shouldn't put it in quotes, but my net worth is being close to $1 million. Most of it is equity from the house, which I got very, very lucky with. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very, very thankful for all of that. When I started at the movie theater, I started at minimum wage, which was $4.75 in 1996. Minimum wage was $4.75. It might have even been $4.25. I think it was $4.75. And I worked my way up from making $4.75 an hour to now making around $65,000 a year. And I've accumulated that $295,000 in my 401k. I even worked at this company since before I was 21. But I did start contributing to the 401k when I turned 21. I don't contribute the maximum. I don't contribute 30% of my salary. I wish I could. I'm not there financially yet. I would love to be. But yeah, if you would have told me when I was 18, when I graduated high school, when my mom still lives in the trailer park, right? If you would have told me when I was 18 that I would have $300,000 in my 401k plan, I would have been like, "Who are you? You're crazy. I'm not going to have that kind of money. I'm not going to ever be able to afford to buy a house." But this house and I were meant to be. I do think, like, what you set out to achieve, you'll achieve. So if you make having a secure retirement something that you want, then you will get there. And I promise, guys, I am going to eventually start making videos on that. And Freight TV, you're welcome. Francis says, "Did I know that Culver City High, all schools here got shut down for this week due to the Omicron variant, and 40% are out sick. No work for you, no EDD for PUA." No, but Francis, like, maybe we can arrange a hair appointment and maybe I can get you paid for that. I did just replace my roof, so I got to see. But I would like to try and get that done probably before I meet up with Jenny for our business coaching. Okay. And guys, I'm going to mention one more time that this is a fundraiser for charity tonight. It's benefiting Guide Dogs for the Blind. Please give this video a like. It'll help boost the video for the algorithm for people watching it after it's live. I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a like. I'm really grateful to all of you. Debbie wants to know, Do I like hourly versus salary? Yes and no. Let's talk about that for a little bit because I feel like this also ties into the great resignation, right? It feels like a slap in the face. Like emotionally, it feels like a slap in the face to and I'm not bad mouthing the company, right? This is all my emotional damage. Have you guys seen that meme? Anyway, so oh look, he's like mad. I can squish his face. Anyway, don't probably shouldn't do that though. He doesn't like it. Um, it feels like a slap in the face to have been. I've been salary since I was 20 years old. So I was on salary from 20 to 40. I've been 42 when all of this mess happened. I'm losing track, guys. Um, and to go back and be hourly feels like a slap in the face. There's also some things that are annoying. For example, when I was salary, I didn't have to clock out for a lunch, right? So for the past 24 years, I just go on lunch and then I work through lunch. I go heat up whatever I've brought. I strongly believe in bringing your lunch to work, or dinner, as it usually is in my case. I bring my lunch to dinner. No, I don't bring my lunch to dinner. I bring my lunch to work. I heat it up and then I sit in front of the desk and I answer emails. I answer radio calls. I answer the phone. Um, and I don't have to clock out. Salaried employees are exempt from, we don't have to. So I don't. And now I need to. And my boss, I forget a lot. That's my New Year's resolution is to remember to clock in and out for my breaks. But also, the other annoying thing is, so I don't like clocking in and out for my break, especially because I'm for 22 years, I haven't been not working on my break. So, of course, I work on my break now, which I'm not supposed to do. That is my own choice. I should say that. Nothing against my company there. And then also, like, sometimes I need to pick something up for work, like a hot dog bun or something like that. We still had to clock in and out, even though we were salary, because they wanted to make sure we were hitting our minimum weekly hours, which I think our minimum weekly hours were 38. Um, so I never used to worry about like the little time that I was doing extra things from work. And now I'm like, oh, well, I stopped, I actually got to work at 5, but I had to stop and get hot dog buns on my way in. So can you clock me in at 5, even though I didn't walk in the door till 5:15, because here I am lugging around these hot dog buns. So it's kind of a pain. So I don't like that. I like just being able to clock in and out and like not worrying about like the 15 minutes I was picking something up from the corporate office or something. But I like it when I get overtime, which is pretty frequently. You guys know that someone called out last week and I wound up working a 15-hour day. So if I was salary, there's no overtime, but because I'm hourly, there is. So pros and cons, right? Also, I'm probably a lot more willing to work extra hours since I get paid extra for it. There's been a lot of shutdowns going on lately. That doesn't surprise me with the high cases going around. Kenneth says if they have shutdowns in the future, the government needs to pay people to stay home and subsidize small businesses forced to close so they don't go under like soup plantation. Yeah, I agree. Hourly employees can get overtime, salaried cannot. Right. So I am getting overtime and I do enjoy it. I don't know. So when we first opened, we were on reduced hours. So they brought us back and we were only open like 2 shows a day. Now we're on expanded hours, but basically they just haven't switched us back to salary because they're like, we know that you guys are doing extra work and we know that right now you're working that you're enjoying kind of getting the overtime. And they're basically like, we know that that also wouldn't feel good to pull you off of hourly when we know you're making more like that. Also, this is fine too. They're paying me my salary, but divided by an hourly wage, which that's great. But we haven't seen obviously we didn't get raises in 2020 because we were closed, then no raise in 2021. So far, no talk of raises in 2022. So it's tricky, but I know that the company, I know that they have a year's worth of bills that they still have to pay, even though we weren't physically open. And I think they're negotiating all of that. I don't have the details. I would love to find out those details, but I don't know them. I'm curious about that. I feel for the company. I feel for the company as if it were my own money. I think of it as my company. And I think that they've fostered that. They encourage us to like feel like we're taking part of something bigger. Mark Cuban is not, I'm going to tell you a funny story. And then I'm going to plug the Betty White Challenge one more time. Even if you don't donate tonight to this stream or you can't afford to, give the video a like, leave a comment on it after it's done. That'll help boost it for the algorithm, will help it get more play, will help it earn more money. Also, my mom is super adorable. She's like put me down for $5. Mel donated $10 yesterday. I'll be donating money on top of what the video earns for the Betty White Challenge. Also, we're just going to say Mr. Beast again. Mr. Beast, if you or any of your people randomly come across this video or the stream, feel free to donate to an animal shelter or charity of your choice for the Betty White Challenge. And the charity that I chose was Guide Dogs for the Blind. So Mark Cuban is not our owner. And but one time, one of my employees said, he came in and he said, Shelly, I hear they have PlayStations in their lockers at the Mavericks. I don't know. What do the Mavericks do? They play basketball? The Mavericks locker rooms. Can we have PlayStations in our locker room? This employee was funny, and I know he was like joking. And this was many, many years ago. And I said, when we fill up stadiums full of people for every show every night, I said, then we can have PlayStations in the locker room. I said, we can't even fit a stadium full of people in here. I said, I don't think we quite have the budget for PlayStations in the locker. But it was funny. I was like, I can't believe he was teasing. But I was like, I can't even believe you half-asked me that. Also for the YouTube algorithm, I said half-asked with a K, K-E-D, not the bad word. Okay, you guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Get your PUA, proof of employment documents in. Please don't wait till the last minute. Please, please, please. If you haven't, please log on to your EDD UI online account and check to update your password if you need to. You might need to select register or manage claim if you haven't been on for a long time. But please, please, please make sure that all of your documents are in order. Thank you for being a friend. I really do appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight while we've done the Betty White Challenge. And Kenneth is reminding everybody to go ahead and sign up for rental relief or rental assistance through the Housing is Key program while it still has funding. And yes, just like with everything. So there's always like the super chats. Anything that I make from tonight's video, I'm donating to Guide Dogs from the Blind. Then I also put, and I don't know how this works because this is the first time I've done that. I put like that this is a fundraiser. So I'm not sure if you can just click the fundraiser and then make a donation on your own. I don't exactly know. But anything that this video makes from tonight through super chats, through just people watching it in general, throughout, let's put a timeline on this, maybe at the end of, let's call it the end of January. I'll see how much the videos have made. Normally they make the most like the first couple of days after they've been released on the live. So anything that this video makes from now until January 31st, there's 31 days in January, will all go to Guide Dogs from the Blind. There are 31 days in January. And yeah. All right, you guys. Betty White was on the Mary Tyler Moore show. She was so beautiful, right? Like when she was younger. Thank you, Aaron, for your donation earlier. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Kenneth. And this is for Betty White and for Guide Dogs for the Blind and for her love of animals and to my mom who donated and to Mel who donated last night. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next Sunday at 11 a.m. Angel, one more question. You popped in just in the nick of time. It's been 2 months since you've returned to work, for 2 months, and the virus has taken over. So I have a really great video. If you were exposed in the workplace, or you caught it from the workplace. If your workplace excludes you, they might owe you something called exclusion pay. Just make sure you're wearing the proper mask, make sure that you're washing and sanitizing your hands. Do your best to just really be cautious. And guys, also, if you're feeling under the weather, I do recommend elbow cough, yeah, with your mask on, and then go like wash your hands. Um, Go cough in your car. I don't know. I don't know. Um, if you're not sure, like if you think it's just allergies, honestly, like ask if you work from the type of place where you can work from home, like until you can make sure that it's not the virus, I personally would recommend that, right? Like I just know for myself, I would feel really bad if I thought that I gave it to like my coworkers. Just be careful out there, you guys. Good night, little green man. All right. I think it is time to go to bed. And thank you guys for being a friend. Let me know in the comments down below after the video. That'll also help boost it. Which Golden Girls character are you? All right. I think I'm heading out. Have a good night, you guys. I will see you next Sunday morning at 11 a.m. I feel like I don't know how to properly end. I definitely don't know how to end this in the broadcast because I'm in StreamYard for the first time.